What's going on, everybody out there in YouTube world, YouTube land? I am Jay Jones, and today I actually got invited to talk at an event. So we're going to talk about social media and just the importance of social media, how you put it into your business, creates opportunities. So that's what we're about to get into. So let's get to it.
First platform that you really went hard with. What did you learn from your first exploits into social media? So what were lessons that you learned or mistakes that you made on that first platform?
Yeah, so I started off doing YouTube. Well, no, Facebook. I would say Facebook first because that's where I shared with my family and friends what I was doing. So first it was Facebook, and what I started doing was just kind of sharing little bits and pieces of, hey, like when I was wholesaling, hey, there's a house I just sold, and I would just start showing a little bit through there. And so I started noticing that only on Facebook, I wasn't getting a lot of reach because it's only family and friends, and then YouTube, Facebook has an algorithm where it doesn't go to everyone. So that's my first platform I started on, which I still use today because I still, use that for, people that are really close. But I learned that, I need to use all of the platforms because that one person may be on one platform, but he may not be on Instagram or YouTube. And if you can share that one video 3 or 4 times and other people will see that, and that's all it needs is that one person to say, you know what, hey, I like this video, and they're on YouTube and they're not on Facebook. So that's when I learned that, I need to be on more platforms than just one, because there's so many people out there.
And say that you're trying to create a piece of content to target private money lenders.
Right.
What would be your thought process on that? Whether it's the text that you're typing or the words that you're saying? Yeah,
so I go back to beginner stuff, right? Because I can't assume that someone knows it. So, I would make even a boring video on, what is private money, right? How can you use private money? And I go into detail of this is what it is, this is how you can invest with someone, and it's just information, education, in the way that I could do it best. So that's kind of how I create content. It's just elementary level, maybe that person doesn't know about it or they're interested in it, and just teach them all the small things. And then I noticed that when I just keep it simple, people have a really good response to it. Hey, I was able to follow that video really well because, I use my own lingo and all that stuff. And they say, okay, cool, and then, you get people asking, okay, well, how can I invest with you? And that's where you have that call to action that says, here's my phone number, here, here's where you can reach me, and then that's where, you always want to have a call to action, even when you create videos, when you create TikToks and Instagrams, because you want them to all come back, you don't want them to just like a video and then just go to the next. You kind of want to say, hey, reach me here, and take them through a funnel. Hey, here's my YouTube, they like your YouTube, here's Instagram, and the next thing you know, they start asking questions, and maybe they want to do business with you, or you just become a good influencer.
Yep.
So you just always want to. So I started noticing that I wasn't very consistent with it. But when I did become consistent, I started seeing that, the platform started giving you a little bit more love. Now you're starting to get more viewers, and more people are starting to reach out to you. So I just learned, as soon as I started real estate, I should have just started creating content. And then I should have just started telling people, what I do. So I think those are my two biggest mistakes. Because once you start putting the camera in your face and start telling people what you do, it just starts to become natural. And people want to hear information from you in the way that you tell it. And that's how you start, getting people that really are relatable. Hey, I like how Randy tells the story better than, the guru on YouTube. And then they like Randy because they feel like they are Randy. And then they invest into Randy. So, I had to use him, he's there. But that's where I started noticing that people really care, they just care about you, and then that's how you create opportunities.
Yeah.
I didn't even know about this media.
Yeah, see? Small world.
I've been thinking about for a month, starting YouTube.
Yeah.
It's just the fact of just focusing on other things. And
yeah.
I'm I don't got no excuses.
Yeah, man.
Like some of the stuff y'all saying today, like I already knew.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of applying. Like you said, you don't really know something unless you do it. So.
Exactly. And the good thing about, so like, even like when you start your YouTube right now, man, just you can start literally with your phone.
Yeah.
Just start where you are, because you'll be surprised on the people that are watching that just want to see, how did you start off? And you can,
That's exactly what I want to do.
yeah, you document your process, because that's all I did. Like my first video, if you look at it, bro, it's horrible. All right, cool, man. So this wraps up the video. This was really cool. Got to get invited to another meetup and got to talk about social media. So it's really cool to be recognized for the work you put out, because you know, you never know, man, who's watching. So I enjoy talking real estate and social media. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this video, and like I say after every video, keep moving, keep learning, and keep growing, and I'm gonna see y'all at work.